All right. Let's go. It is time for game 2 of this week's iCast. You're freaking awesome replays. It's the Resurrection Challenge, where players are to try and make some epic comebacks and send me their best ones. Up here in the top left-hand side, in the red, the Terran player, it is Tardaware. Tardaware? How the fuck do you say that? And here, in this episode of people whose names are difficult to... Tardaware? Just bloody... Down here in the bottom right, Zombie Dwarf. Tawi? Oi, Tawi, what strategy are you gonna do against the Zerg player, Tawi? Ugh. I don't know if I can commentate like that. I think we're just gonna call him Tar. So up here in the top left, it is Tar. Up against the Zombie Dwarf, the best kind of dwarf. It's going to be a Zerg versus Terran. Of course, comebacks happen in many shapes and forms. Trying to think of my most recent epic comeback, actually. Oh, there have been some crazy ones, man. Crazy ones over the years. It's not necessarily a comeback, but I still remember vaguely one of my very first games. And I was so bad that I saw StarCraft in a different way in the early days of Wings of Liberty. But I remember my first kind of crazy base trade where it actually got down to my opponent had some units. I can't remember if it was a Zerg versus Zerg. Maybe they had a few roaches or something. But I remember they only had like a few extractors or something. But I had 3 spine crawlers and 2 active creep tumors. That's all I had. And they had like a roach or 2. And some buildings. But neither of us could mine or anything. So this is back when you could cancel creep tumors as well. So basically the whole game was I had to move the creep tumors like from here to here, because if I put it on the edge, the roach could snipe it. So I would move it like 1 or 2 spaces at a time. The roach would come and try to snipe it. My spine would land a hit. I'd cancel it before it gets shot. And we just kept doing that until the roaches were too weak. They had to pull back to heal, and then I could spread the creep. And I had to work my way from my side of the map to the enemy's side of the map with these fucking spine crawlers and creep tumors over like 14, 15 minutes of just creep tumor micro versus these roaches. And I remember just so much adrenaline. I was like, I cannot lose this. Come on, if I do this perfectly, I think I should win. Oh, this overlord doesn't like life. It's like he could have just ran straight over here to the safety of the tree. But apparently Zombie Dwarf's overmind is like, no, go that way. And the Marine's like, okay, you fucking dumb pervert. Pops that one. Ugh. Blood explodes everywhere. And a nice bit of information denial here for Tar. It's already going double Marine production behind it. It's going to go straight into that starport. No Hellions just yet, interestingly. I wonder if this is going to be a bit of a swap. There we go. Just a bit delayed on the Hellion production. But still going to be going into that. Just a few extra Marines for safety. And we've got a couple queens out, creeps starting to spread. No third base for the Zerg player just yet, interestingly enough. It's going to be a little bit of a 2-base play. Straight into a quick Baneling nest. Oh, you know what, guys? I think the game sound might be a little quiet. Sorry, guys. There we go. Let's crank that game sound right up. All right. Yeah, we're listening to the Wings of Liberty soundtrack right now, guys. This is, yeah, I think this is the Valerian Minsk song. Oh, these Zerglings, once again, getting orders to kind of hang around in the dangerous area. Maybe not the best, but there's more where that came from. Meanwhile, a Medevac and Hellions on the way for the Terran. Tar, looking to be in a decent spot. As dropping mules, SUVs. He's going to go BC, Fusion Core behind this. All right. Zerg just playing defensively for now. It's a defensive Baneling nest. Has got a bunch of queens spreading creep like mad. Has droned up these 2 mineral lines nice and quickly. Does hit a little bit of a supply block, but nothing too impactful, I don't think. Oh. Oh my god, look at this drop. Oh god. It's like when you're the bus driver, but then like no one's waiting on the schedule. You gotta go around everyone's house picking them up. Ugh. So he's going to queue that one to drop in the main base, and then the Hellion's going to try and run in the natural. This is kind of a cool little pressure. You don't see this against Zerg very often. Good way to mix things up. Tech Lab going down to the starport for the BC follow-up. Third CC to complete the wall off. Not very good SCV production from Tar. has missed a lot of SCV production. But I don't think that's going to matter because so is the Zerg. The Zerg does have a lot of Zerglings and even some Banelings. But yeah, if this drop pulls everything into the main, these Hellions could get massive damage on the natural. That flies right in past the Overlord. Zombie Dwarf, not the best minimap awareness. Those Marines are walking into that main base. Zombie Dwarf still has not reacted. The Marines click on the Baneling nest rather than going for the drones. Hello? The Baneling's nest? Hellions are going to do a bit of a drive-by. Can they get the damage? They're not being microed. Oh my god, they're just shooting the queen. Tar! Missing a big opportunity for damage there. Gets about 5 workers. 10 workers? I don't even know how it was even 10. So this one is a bit of a lower level one, I think. Those Marines just clicking on the... I'm like, if they just clicked in here, they would have killed a whole bunch of workers. Those Hellions needed to be shift clicked. The macro is great behind it for Tar, though. So as much as I'm shitting on that, BC's on the way. So it's going to be Hellion, Marine drop into BC, into Bio, which is a real cool kind of mix and match. Keep your opponent guessing. That's a lot of Zerglings, though. And if they Bane bust the depot wall, there's nothing really besides the BC there. BC teleports right on top of the Queens. Transfuses are going down. Queen micro. Transfuse, transfuse, transfuse. You gotta keep transfusing, buddy. Transfuse. Oh my god. I think these Queens are gonna actually beat the Battlecruiser. Good control by Zombie Dwarf. Loses one Queen, but that BC gets shoved out of there. And the Ling's thinking about having a little bit of a poke on the wall here. Not a good choice. Zombie Dwarf really has enjoyed gifting some unit kills to the opponent there. Is still massing Zerglings right now. We're going to see 20 Banes, aren't we? Are we? Oh my god, the wall's not up. The wall's not up. Okay, the wall is up. The wall is up. It's okay, I think. Dude, there's so many Lings. And it's still massing Zerglings right now on 34 drones. So it's quote-unquote 4 base, but it's 34 drones. There isn't even 2 mineral lines mining. And the Zerg's going Hydras. So Hydras are pretty bad against Battlecruisers, but they're not bad as an in-between defense. But 34 drones, oh my, Zombie Dwarf's economy is poop. Thankfully, Tar, like I said earlier, has missed a lot of SCV production this game. It's only at 39. So not a massive advantage, but with 2 Battlecruisers out, those are units that can get a lot of efficiency. The Ling Bane is going to look to maybe do a bit of a bust here. With 2 Battlecruisers, though, I think Tar should be completely fine. Needs to get back. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Battlecruisers need to move command. So for those who don't know, Battlecruisers, you want to always move over the enemy units. Even that... Wait. You've got nothing at home. You've sent 8 Marines across. You just saw a ton of Ling Bane at your doorstep and you're going to teleport across... Wait. Did they just teleport to their own location? Did they just teleport to their own location? What? What? Fuck. Oh, the misclicks. The misclicks are real. That's amazing. Oh, Marine drop gets trounced. Zerg's back in the driver's seat, I think. 4 base, 52 drones. These Battlecruisers are going to go up against, what, 6 Queens, 5 Hydras, 2 more Queens. I think the Queens and Hydras should be just fine against this. So it's swapping into 5 racks bio production now, but Tar still not building SCVs or dropping mules for several minutes. Both players' economies are freezing up so bad right now. But no, actually, as I say that, the Zerg explodes to 63 drones. Zombie Dwarf is building economy. Tar, finally, upon landing that third, is building SCVs, but still not dropping any mules or changing any rally points. The Queens and the Hydras going to try and fight. Tar comes in. Good pullback by Tar. Just going to take a few Hydras. Yeah, 2 or 3 Hydras go down. Few transfuses drained out. Battlecruisers do take a bruising though. Supply blocked, unfortunately, still banking SCVs like crazy and has not rallied the command centers to the third. Oh no, Tar! Oh, there we go! Yes, finally dropping 3 of the 12 available mules. Why only 3? Drop more! It's like 5,000 minerals saved up in these orbitals right now. 5,000 minerals. Oh, not like this. No, Zombie Dwarf. No, Zombie Dwarf. Not like this. No. And even the command center survives on 20 hit points. Oh my god. There's a single Hydra. I always talk about how so many Zergs have this habit, right? Where they click their units across the map. Whenever they're like, man, I could use some more map vision right now. And I'm like, oh, that's a good instinct. Maybe they'll send out some lings, do an overseer scout, and they just click their whole army into their opponent's base. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I need more map vision. I'm like, so you're just clicking your army into their base? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, but you don't know what's up there. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, those Zerglings came in a column. They kind of ran past the Marines and Aliens over here. Marines and Aliens were shooting the whole time. And then they just attacked me. And I was like, what am I looking at? Oh. The Zerg has got a way bigger economy. So I think he'll still kick butt here. He's got +2 range. He's adding carapace upgrades. He's still ahead despite these horrendous engagements. Did the battle cruisers go down? No, they're fine. There's a few tanks out. It's 5 barracks bio. 1-1's on the way. That armory massively delayed. So still no 2-2 started even for the Terran. He's going to get a 4th up, though. That'll give him some economic flexibility, a bit of comeback potential. Still very low on the workers, though. So this Zerg is going to have so much money. But battle cruisers on one side, drop on the other side. These are the sort of moves that can potentially win you the game. This drone is going to spot this hatch, this double drop with the hatchery. Let's go to Zombie Dwarf. Okay, Zombie Dwarf has red dots on the minimap over there. They aren't particularly visible, as that hatchery doesn't have a lot of vision. I think can only maybe see one of them. So Lings are once again, and Hydra's going on an exploratory attack mission here. Where they, yeah, you can tell his A moving up there, so the units are going around. Okay. Uh-oh, double drop. Zombie Dwarf not paying attention to that double drop. Those BC's gonna hit. This Hydra attack, though, gonna find big damage. Goodbye SCVs, goodbye command center. Sees 3 tanks on the high ground behind buildings and issues an attack move and looks away. Oh no, Zombie Dwarf just looked away. There's 3 tanks there, and you're attacking just buildings now. Uh-oh. Zombie Dwarf. Uh-oh, boner detected. We have a Zerg protrusion detected, guys. Uh-oh, put it away, tuck it back in your pants. Abatha gave you a waistband for this reason. He gave you that waistband socket. Oh my god, the start of that fight, so good. The tail end, 30 Hydralisks slowly getting themselves butchered. These Hydra's gonna do okay. Remember, these BCs don't have upgrades. Ooh, you're kidding me. 1 hit point on that battle cruiser. 1 hit point, but it gets out of there safely. You know what? Tawi keeps the command center alive. He isn't dead. The Zerg is just making Hydras, which are very fragile. He's on 96 workers, though, so could still absolutely... This is such a big economy. 19 workers there, 18. Okay, so very oversaturated on all these bases. Desperately needs to take more bases if wants to make use of such a big economy. He's going Neural Parasite. I guess for the battle cruisers, they really aren't a threat right now, though. It's Bio that's going to be the potential overwhelming force. Tawi may have a smaller economy, but has a much bigger army. And as the extra upgrades continue to kick in and catches up on those, just mass Bio medevac against pure Hydra with no Banelings. It's going to be very hard for the Zerg to take that. It takes this base, because that's the logical next expansion, is to take the base within spitting distance of your opponent's base. I think Zombie Dwarf goes hunting for a new apartment to live in, finds the place where he sees a dude get stabbed outside, and he's like, this is it. This is the home. This is the one I want for me. I'm like, whoa, what? He's like, I like to live dangerously. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, he like moves in, he sees his neighbor fucking vomiting on his doorstep. He's like, yep, that's what I like to see in a residence, nice and safe. I saw 2 homeless people fucking biting each other on the street. Not just a fist fight, biting. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's my favorite thing. Thankfully, he's going to take a bit more of a conservative base, the backup base down here as well, in case this one doesn't go too well. Hello? Oh, the techs aren't siege, though. Watch out for the fungal. Watch out for the fungal. Whoa. Oh, my God. Actually lands a few decent fungals there. Those Hydras are going to crush it. Zombie Dwarf. The BCs are actually tanking a bit. They're tanking a little bit, but there's not enough damage. This one tank is dishing out the hurt, by the way. But that Hydra Concave eventually does wrap around there. 2-2 versus 2-1 upgrades. And just the pure Hydra with a couple of verses. 28 more Hydras to reinforce. Zombie Dwarf is going to overwhelm here. There's a few rough moments, but at this point, to lose this game would truly involve moving Hydras into a planetary fortress. I mean, it would be the only way to lose this game would be to continue to take fights as bad as that previous Hydra fight, where you move Hydras into a planetary fortress while a tank on the high ground shells you and it gets mass repaired. Okay, so Zombie Dwarf. Let's see if there's a pattern here. Wins fight and then throws army away. Let's see if Zombie Dwarf, and Zombie Dwarf's got so much money, has got insurance against this, can do this a few times and still be way ahead and win the game. Can Zombie Dwarf maybe not throw the army away into the worst possible angle? This here tells me no. Zombie Dwarf, I think, is already getting a new protrusion, a bit of zerg turgidity here, bit of eagerness to cram his way up a choke point into the worst possible angle. Yep, he's gonna go for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at the units lost. Holy crap, how many hydras? 110 hydralisks have gone down. Oh, they're not a cheap unit. They're a very expensive unit in StarCraft 2. Oh. Fucking Zombie Dwarf, man. What a fucking gem. Just... Tar was like, I have the high ground, Anakin. Don't do it. Anakin was like, fuck you. Your mum's a high ground. Obi-Wan's like, what? Zombie Dwarf Anakin's like, you heard me. Your mum's a high ground. And then just fucking lights himself on fire and runs into a fucking brick wall screaming. You're like, what are we looking at right now? What is this? No, I'm gonna make more hydralisks. I'm gonna make more hydralisks. After that, we're gonna make the hydra. He could absolutely win with the hydras. It's just, you know, it's such an army that's focused around kind of setting up an arc and taking a good angle. And Zombie Dwarf instead is just blob A-moving, mate. It's just like, I want my blob to go that direction. I'm gonna just drag it over there, do some stuff. What league is this? I don't know. How you doing, Jim? Thanks for dropping by, mate. I think we're looking at D3. Because the macro's insane, but the engagements are horrendous. I think D3. Probably, I think it's above plat with this macro and APM. Could be D2. Maybe D1? It's got to be a Diamond League game. I didn't check the borders or anything. And you never know, because these games are always whack, right? So it's usually not quite peak performance for whatever league it is. So guys, remaxing on Hydras, but actually the Terran is up 50 army supply of actual good fighting units with 3-2. The Hydras do have 3-2, but it's, if you don't set up a nice concave, you don't have like fungal or something. What are you doing as Zombie Dwarf here? How do you win this fight? Zombie Dwarf has had 27 opportunities to win while having the bigger army. He's going to add another 12 Hydras to round it out. 48 Hydras seems like, we're going to A-move in a blob again. The tanks aren't siege yet, but are we going to pull back, realizing this is a bad angle? I mean, the Terran's in a lot of disarray. Tar here taking an absolute shit show of a beginning to the engagement. But at some point, you're going to have mass bio-medevac tank crushing through Hydras with zero support. And we may start to see the lack of efficacy of poorly engaged, poorly microed mass Hydralisks with not only no support, but an active hunting down of the worst possible engagements possible. Zombie Dwarf there, a testament to the power of macro, threw away 4 maxed Hydra armies in a row in the worst possible fight, was still ahead after the first 2. After the third, it was a little dicey, and after the fourth, realized, wait a second, I am going to dig down to you. Like, this was a game, Tar was pretty behind, but Zombie Dwarf dug into the grave and pulled Tar. Tar was like, oh, I'm just trying to defend here. I'm not even trying to do anything special. Pulls him out of the grave. He's like, no, this is mine, dickhead. Hops in the grave. Tar's like, okay. And then just kind of shuts the coffin gently and is like, oh, did we just win that game? Yes, you did, Tar. GG, well played, mate. Impressive throws there. And once again, just amazing engagements. Players who build giant economies and just never swap into paying any attention to the tactics or the armies. Always my favorite thing in StarCraft. It's the ability to build the biggest lead, but also the ability to throw it away further than I could possibly imagine. GG, well played. Guys, if you're enjoying the videos, don't forget to support the Patreon. If you don't see as many of my videos as you'd like and you're enjoying these, click the bell button, ring the bell, get notifications as well so that my videos actually show up on your feed. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.